what is teaching English in Thailand really like? That's probably a question you've asked yourself if you've ever considered the idea of teaching English abroad in Thailand. In this video, I would like to describe a typical day teaching English in Thailand as best I can to give you an idea of what it's actually like. I wanted to do that because I think there is some misconceptions between expectations and the reality of the job. Teaching agencies will often pitch the position as an internship or a teaching assistant role, even sometimes more of a travel experience. And online influencers on TikTok will usually show you a lot more of their iced coffees, fresh coconuts, and trips to the beach. Hi, my name's Ben. I've been living and working in Thailand for the last 8 years. 5 of those 8 years I've been working in schools as an English teacher. I should say up front that I no longer work as an English teacher in Thailand. My days in the classrooms are behind me. So things may have changed somewhat, although I suspect not by very much. With that being said, let's get into what a typical day teaching English in Thailand looked like for me. Working hours do vary from school to school. The first school I worked at had quite a different schedule to the second school I worked at. But here's an idea of what you perhaps can expect. At my last school, I worked 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. Now, sign-in was technically before 8, so I'd usually be walking through the gate by 7:30 or 7:40. So that's roughly an 8-hour day and a 40-hour week. Now, I wasn't teaching anywhere close to all of that time though. My schedule was 5 50-minute classes per day. So just over 4 hours of actually being in the classroom. I got an hour for lunch, and the rest of the time I was in the office. On top of the weekly timetable, there's usually extra responsibilities that don't show up on the schedules. I led assemblies almost weekly, and my contract included 2 English camp days and 1 or 2 teacher training days per year. For me, assemblies weren't terribly taxing, and they usually involved 10 to 15 minutes of leading activities in front of all of the primary school in my case. At the school I worked at, we would pair up with one of the other English teachers and we would have to prepare a 15-minute activity. Oftentimes it would be something to do with English if we could, or it could just be playing a game. They were a little bit intimidating to begin with because you are stood in front of a lot of people, a lot of students, microphone in hand, but once you'd got over that initial fear, they really weren't that big of a deal. English camps were a little bit different. Most schools do offer English camps, and they do vary. Some you may get offered paid to do. Like I said, in my contract at my previous school, I did have 2 included in my contract, so they would be unpaid. Any extras on top of that I would be getting paid for. English camps in that case, or at my previous school once again, typically were half a day of running activities, usually on a topic that you'd been assigned. So my working day was 8 hours, however I was only teaching 4 to 5 of those hours. So you're probably wondering what I was doing the rest of that time. One thing that may surprise you when you first start teaching in Thailand is the amount of office hours that you'll be getting. I know it certainly surprised me. In fact, my first day teaching as a new teacher in Thailand on an English program, I had planned my lessons, I had all the worksheets ready for the week. I was pretty anxious in the lead up to beginning a new job, so I'd got everything prepared. I went to school on my first day. I didn't take my laptop, I didn't take my headphones, I had all my material planned, so I didn't think I'd need them, which basically meant I had 4 hours in the office twiddling my thumbs, while the rest of the teachers in my office either got on with work on their computers or listened to podcasts via their headphones. This isn't the same at every school. Some schools will assign you to a single classroom, and you'll likely have a shared desk in that classroom and be sat at the desk when your co-teacher is teaching, and your co-teacher will be sat there when you're teaching. Typically, what I've noticed is those types of positions in Thailand are advertised as homeroom teachers. They are, or they do seem to be less common. What I found more common, and what was the case at both the schools I worked at, is not being assigned a single class. You'll likely have one class you see the most, but several others too. So you end up based at a desk in an office, heading to classrooms when you've got a lesson scheduled. Fortunately, those office hours rarely feel empty. They're usually filled with lesson prep and admin. Expect lesson planning, designing presentations, making flashcards, finding worksheets, and regular trips to the photocopier. If you are lucky, your office will have a kettle, so you will be able to brew up as often as you need to. Both the offices I worked in did have a kettle, although only one of them had a fridge for milk. So at one of the schools, it was more a case of using Coffee Mate. There's also a steady stream of admin tasks. Both schools I worked at required weekly summaries covering topics and progress per class. A few times a year, you'll prepare detailed reports and collect scores. And on top of that, marking and keeping on top of the students' workbooks will fill your office hours and then some. So that is probably what you will find a typical day like. Let's talk a little bit about that gap of expectations and reality of traveling to Thailand and beginning a career as an English teacher. Thailand is a wonderful place and one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world for good reason. The food is some of the best you will find anywhere, and generally speaking, the people are kind-hearted, fun and friendly. But I do want to temper your expectations a little. You'll probably find you have far less time to travel than you expected. Your salary will likely go a long way, depending on your lifestyle, but you may still find it hard to save, especially if you're backpacking every holiday you get and working in schools. You'll see the reality of everyday life in Thailand, not just the smiles of resort staff, which might be all you've ever encountered so far. Some days your students will be your best friends and brighten your morning. Other days there'll be non-stop issues and the whole day will feel like one long challenge. The reality of teaching English in Thailand is that you will find yourself spending a lot more time lesson planning and marking worksheets and a lot less time lounging on the beach than you are probably currently imagining. But it is that window into real daily life that pulls you much deeper into the culture than any amount of traveling can match. The challenges you face in the classroom will test your resolve and build your character. Teaching English in Thailand isn't drinking fresh coconuts on the beach. It's actually way more rewarding than that.